Hello, Leo. Welcome back. I just finished your reading, and honestly, I need to take a moment because what came through for you is really something special. This is about love, about connection, but more importantly, it is about someone who is about to walk into your life, or maybe they already have, and they are not just passing through. This person sees you, really sees you, and they want to build something real with you. So grab your coffee or tea, get comfortable, because we need to talk about what the cards are showing me for your love life before we jump into the cards. Leo, I want you to know that this reading felt different from the moment I started shuffling. The energy was clear, focused, almost like the universe had been waiting to tell you this. And I know you lions are used to being the ones who chase, who make things happen, but this time something is coming to you. Someone is coming to you with intention, with clarity, and with a genuine desire to be part of your world. So let us see what the cards have to say. The first card I pulled for you is the Knight of Swords and Leo. This card right here tells me that movement is happening fast. The Knight of Swords is all about swift action, clear communication, and someone who knows exactly what they want. In the context of your love reading, this is showing me that either you or this person coming into your life is not playing games anymore. There is a directness here that is honestly refreshing. This could be someone who reaches out to you with confidence, someone who does not do the whole texting game where they wait 3 days to respond. No, this person is going to be upfront, clear, and when they show up, you will know exactly where they stand. What really stands out to me about the Knight of Swords in your reading is that this represents someone who has mental clarity about what they want in a relationship. They have done their inner work, they have figured out what they are looking for, and when they see it in you, they are going to move towards it. For those of you, Leo, who have been dealing with wishy-washy people, with situationships that go nowhere, this energy is completely different. This is someone who has a plan, who can articulate their feelings, and who is not afraid to pursue what they want. And what they want is you. Now here is something important about this Knight of Swords energy. Because this card is so fast-moving, I want you to pay attention to how things develop. This person might come into your life suddenly, maybe through a direct message. Maybe someone introduces you, maybe you meet them in a situation where conversation flows easily. And the connection is going to feel intellectually stimulating. You know how sometimes you meet someone and the conversation just clicks? You can talk for hours and it does not feel forced. That is what this Knight of Swords is bringing. This person will challenge you mentally in the best way possible. They will keep up with your wit, your humor, your intelligence. And that mental connection is going to be the foundation for everything else. I also want to mention that the Knight of Swords can sometimes indicate that this person might be direct to the point of being a bit intense. They say what they mean and they mean what they say. For you, Leo, who appreciates honesty and loyalty, this is actually going to be refreshing. You will not have to decode mixed signals or wonder where you stand. When this person shows up, their intentions will be crystal clear. They might even tell you early on that they are serious about building something with you. And that kind of upfront energy is going to resonate with your lion heart that values authenticity. The second card I pulled is the Ten of Swords. And I know this card can look scary when you see it in a deck because traditionally it represents an ending, sometimes a painful one. But in your reading, Leo, this card is actually showing me something really important about your journey. The Ten of Swords here is telling me that you have been through something. Maybe you experienced heartbreak. Maybe you went through a relationship that ended in a way that felt final and honestly quite painful. Maybe you had to let go of someone you thought was your person. Or maybe you've been carrying disappointment from past connections that did not work out the way you hoped. Here's what the universe wants you to know through this. Ten of Swords. That chapter is over. Completely done. The Ten of Swords always represents that final ending, the moment where you cannot go back even if you wanted to. And while that might have been painful at the time, this card in your reading is actually showing me that those endings were necessary to clear the path for what is coming now. You had to go through that closure. You had to experience that finality because it taught you what you will not accept anymore. It showed you what you truly deserve in love. What I find really beautiful about the Ten of Swords appearing in your reading is that it is positioned in a way that shows me you have already done the healing work. You are not still bleeding from those old wounds. You picked yourself up, you learned the lessons, and you have moved forward. Yes, there might be moments where you think about what happened, where you remember how things ended, but those memories do not control you anymore. You have released them. And that release, that ability to truly let go, is what has created the space for this new person to enter your life. The Ten of Swords is also telling me that you are approaching love differently now. You are not the same Leo who entered that past situation. You have wisdom now, you have boundaries, you have clarity about what you want and what you definitely do not want. And because of that growth, because of that evolution, you are going to recognize this new connection for what it is. You are not going to settle for breadcrumbs or potential. You are ready for something real, something solid, something that honors who you have become. And the universe is responding to that readiness. The third card that came through for you is Judgment. And Leo, this is SUCH, a powerful card for your reading. Judgment is about awakening, about seeing things clearly, about having a moment of realization that changes everything. In love readings, judgment often indicates a relationship that feels fated, like the universe orchestrated it. This card is telling me that when you meet this person or when your existing connection deepens, there is going to be a moment where everything just makes sense. You will understand why past relationships did not work out. You will see why you had to go through what you went through. Everything will click into place. What Judgment brings to your reading is this sense of divine timing. You know how sometimes you meet someone at the wrong time and no matter how great they are, the timing just does not work? Well, this Judgment card is telling me that now is the right time. The universe has aligned circumstances, has prepared both you and this person, and has created the perfect moment for this connection to flourish. This is not random. This is not just another person walking into your life. This feels like something that was meant to happen, like your souls recognized each other the moment you connected. The Judgment card is also about being called to a higher level of love and relationship. This is not going to be a surface level connection. This is going to be someone who sees your depth, who appreciates your complexity, who understands that beneath that confident Leo exterior is someone with deep feelings and big dreams. This person is going to call you forward into a more authentic version of yourself. They are going to create a safe space where you can be vulnerable, where you can share your fears and your hopes without feeling judged. And in return, you are going to do the same for them. I also want to mention that Judgment often indicates that this connection could have a past life component or a sense of familiarity when you first meet. You might feel like you have known this person before, like picking up a conversation you started in another lifetime. Do not dismiss that feeling if it comes up. That recognition, that sense of coming home when you are with them, that is the Judgment energy at work. This is a soul connection, Leo. This is not just about dating or casual romance. This is about meeting someone who sees the real you and loves what they see. The fourth card in your reading is the Queen of Cups. And this card is showing me the emotional energy that this connection brings into your life. The Queen of Cups is all about deep emotional intelligence, compassion, nurturing energy, and unconditional love. In your reading, this card could represent either the energy this person brings, or it could be calling you to embody this energy yourself as you enter this new chapter of love. Either way, this Queen of Cups is telling me that emotions are going to flow freely and beautifully in this connection. If this card represents the person coming into your life, then Leo, you are meeting someone who is emotionally mature and available. This is someone who is not afraid of feelings, who does not run when things get deep, who actually wants to explore emotional intimacy with you. They have done their healing work, they understand themselves, and they are ready to show up fully in a relationship. This person will be intuitive. They will sense what you need sometimes before you even say it. They will create emotional safety for you, and that is going to allow your heart to open in ways it maybe has not in a long time. The Queen of Cups also tells me that this connection is going to be deeply nurturing for both of you. You know how some relationships drain you, where you feel like you are constantly giving and not receiving? This is the opposite of that. This person is going to pour into you the way you pour into them. There will be a beautiful reciprocity of care, affection, and emotional support. When you are having a hard day, they will be there. When you need someone to listen without trying to fix everything, they will hold space for you. And you will do the same for them. This is partnership in the truest sense. What I love about the Queen of Cups in your reading is that it also speaks to creative and spiritual connection. This person might share your interest in deeper subjects and personal growth in understanding the mysteries of life and love. You might find that you have amazing conversations about dreams, about intuition, about the things that really matter. This is not going to be a relationship where you only talk about surface things. You will dive deep together, and those depths will create a bond that is truly unbreakable. The fifth card that came through is the Eight of Wands. And Leo, this card is all about speed and forward momentum. After the emotional depth of the Queen of Cups, the Eight of Wands is showing me that things are going to progress quickly once this connection really gets going. This card represents swift developments, clear direction, and things falling into place rapidly. When this Eight of Wands energy hits, you are going to know. Suddenly everything moves from maybe to definitely. From casual to committed. From wondering to knowing. The Eight of Wands in a love reading often indicates that communication is going to be frequent and flowing. Messages back and forth, calls that last for hours, wanting to see each other as much as possible. There is this excitement, this electricity in the air when the Eight of Wands shows up. Plans get made quickly. Decisions about the relationship happen naturally. You are not going to be sitting around wondering where things are. Going because the direction will be clear and you will both be moving towards it together. What really excites me about the Eight of Wands in your reading is that it suggests removing obstacles. If there have been things in your way, distance, timing issues, other commitments, the Eight of Wands indicates that these barriers are dissolving. The path is clearing. What seemed complicated becomes simple. What felt impossible becomes not only possible but probable. This is the universe saying yes to your love story, Leo. This is cosmic support for this connection to thrive. The Eight of Wands also brings this playful, adventurous energy to the relationship. This is going to be someone who says yes to life with you. Want to take a spontaneous trip? They are in. Want to try something new? They are excited. This person matches your Leo enthusiasm for life, for experience, for making memories. Together, you are going to create a relationship that feels alive, that feels fun, that feels like an adventure you are both committed to enjoying fully. The final card I pulled for you is the High Priestess. And Leo, this card appearing at the end of your reading is incredibly significant. The High Priestess is about intuition, about inner knowing, about trusting what you feel even when you cannot logically explain it. This card is telling me that throughout this entire journey with this person, your intuition is going to be your greatest guide. You are going to know when this is the right person. You are going to feel it in your bones, in your soul, in every fiber of your being. The High Priestess is also about mystery and depth. And she is showing me that this relationship is going to continue to reveal layers over time. Just when you think you know everything about this person, you discover something new. Just when you think the connection cannot get deeper, it does. This is not going to be a relationship that becomes boring or stagnant. There will always be more to explore, more to discover, more to learn about each other. And that ongoing discovery is going to keep the magic alive. What I find really beautiful about the High Priestess as your final card is that she represents feminine, wisdom, and divine timing. This card is telling me to trust the process, Leo. Trust that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. If this person has not shown up yet, trust that they are on their way. If you have already met them but things are still developing, trust that the timing is perfect. The High Priestess does not rush. She knows that the best things take time to fully blossom. And your love story is one of those beautiful things that is worth the wait, worth the patience, worth the trust. The High Priestess also speaks to the spiritual dimension of this connection. This is going to be a relationship that helps both of you grow not just emotionally, but spiritually. You might find that being with this person makes you more connected to your intuition, more aware of synchronicities, more open to the magic of life. They might introduce you to new spiritual concepts, or you might explore these things together. Either way, this relationship has a sacred quality to it, something that transcends the ordinary and touches the divine. So Leo, let me bring this all together for you. The cards are showing me a story of someone coming into your life with clear intention and swift action. That is your Knight of Swords. But before they arrived, you had to go through some painful endings and complete a major chapter of healing. That is your Ten of Swords. Now you are at a point where the universe is orchestrating this divine meeting, where everything clicks into place and you understand why things happened the way they did. That is your Judgment card. This person brings deep emotional maturity and nurturing energy. That is your Queen of Cups. Things are going to progress quickly once you really connect, with obstacles dissolving and forward momentum building. That is your Eight of Wands, and through it all, your intuition is your guide, telling you that this is something real, something deep, something worth trusting. That is the High Priestess. This is not just a moment. Leo, this is someone special walking into your heart and actually wanting to stay. This is someone who sees your light, and instead of being intimidated by it, they want to stand beside you and shine with you. This is the kind of love that honors who you are, that celebrates your strength, that cherishes your heart. And you are so ready for this.